Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Minecraft. We have precious little time today, I'm afraid. Almost no time at all, because we are preparing, we are militarizing, we are weaponizing in preparation for a raid on the Night of Fangs camp. But before we do that, let me just show you a few things that I've done in the interim. I've gone mining, I have a little bit more gold, not just like 31 gold anymore, and gotten a little bit more things. We still haven't run the quarry again, but that should be fine. We'll get that up and going soon. I made a mana distributor and 4 pools, and just has let this accumulate. In a similar process, I have been running an experiment with a new type of that cruel and mischievous light aura cascade. And you can see here that I have violet aura in massive quantities, actually. 250,000, 500,000, 500,000, another 250,000, another like 350 million, almost 500,000, almost 400 million, or 400,000, blah, and then a whole bunch stored up here, 300,000 in this capacitor, which is currently blocked off by that wireless switch. And at the bottom here is the kaleidoscopic enchanter that I made. So violet aura is different from all the other aura in that it actually increases in magnitude if medium to large quantities are present, but if very small quantities are present, it vanishes. So it sort of grows on its own. As you can see, I've left this for several days. This system will run for only a few moments, but it will provide a truly massive sum of power. Now, I used that to enchant this mana steel pickaxe with kaleidoscopic yellow and red, which is supposed to give fantastic benefits, right? In reality, it doesn't seem to work very well at all. It does have occasional silk touch. It's supposed to double ores upon hit because we really don't have any ore tripling mechanisms. I thought maybe we could put it on our pick. But as you can see here, it did double the ore that time, but doesn't double the ore all the time, which makes it really all it does is just make the pack worse. I mean, it makes my pack more full. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it to keep it this way, because you see it's really quite rare. And then even worse, when you do hit coal, you either get the least useful type of coal or exactly one piece. Redstone doesn't drop anything at all, nor do several other ores. So I'm going to have to put this away and perhaps see if we can petition to the gods of this mod to get it fixed, because it's broken. But we'll need to make another one. So let's go ahead and do that. And also while we're at it, I need to clear my inventory a little bit. Oh, sorry, I was doing admin stuff. So let's just go ahead and, yeah, I was making sure that the server was all healthy before we started. And I could do another tank, but no, sorry, a little bit of a wall break there. Let's just go ahead and make a new one of these. And while we're at it, let's grab this. God, I'm actually kind of frustrated with all that. We're going to be kind of avoiding that until it's fixed. Let's go ahead and grab some living wood twigs. I think we can just make them, we need 1, 2, 3, 4 living wood twigs, and we'll make a new pickaxe that we can use because that one is basically ruined, which is no fun. Let's go like this, right? And boom, we have the new mana steel pickaxe, no problem. Let's also, I think this is it. Let's also move, let's see, how do we do this? Oh, it has to be empty, huh? Okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and empty it out. We may need to quickly make a appropriate, we have so much. I guess we could just make another mana pool really quick, because we do have a bunch of living stone right here, and this is exactly what we need to get the job done. Let's just do that really quick. There we are, a band of mana. Since we're not using our rings very much, let's just go ahead and toss that in. We'll just go ahead and soak that all back up, and we'll keep it out of that slot, which is fine for us right now. So that's good. Anyways, what we'll be able to do with this one, I think, is enchant it with triple yellow, which should be fortune, and hopefully will just work right. And if it doesn't work, that's not the end of the world. Now, to make the yellow crystals that we'll need, I'll show you how this enchantment works. So we take some of these aura crystals, and we're going to need a little bit of yellow dye. Now, we can go ahead and grab from our floral pouch. We can go ahead and grab a yellow flower. We'll need at least 3 to make this work. Actually, we'll probably do 4. Just because it's easier that way. And let's go like this, make some petals, and then we make some dye. And then we put the dye in the center and wrap these around. So now we'll have several. We're only going to make 1 set though, I think. Actually, I probably made too much dye, huh? I didn't need nearly so much. What am I thinking? Doing the math wrong. And then what we're going to do is we just throw the tool we want to enchant down next to it, right? Like so. And then we throw down 1 colored crystal per level that we want. And then we turn that off. Now, that should cause this to start just flooding, right? And it's going to actually just kind of start ripping through as soon as it figures it out. You can see it's going to start basically running fairly slowly. And so this is a aura capacitor. If we shift right click it, we can change the amount of storage it wants to gather. It is weird though that it's not... Oh, it has like a cooldown period. There we go. Now it's back up. And you can see that it gets a truly massive sum of power going through. And we should have already... Yeah, we should already have that mode set up, and then we'll go for another thing. And basically we're just going to rip through this power that we've generated. And this took several days to charge up this way, like you know, real days of waiting and being patient. But it does mean that we can quickly on camera charge this up. So this arrangement basically works by creating a large bank for generating mana or aura of violet type, storing it kind of intermediately in here, and then letting it gradually accumulate here as well, and creating kind of a buffer between these 2 points. This, because it's closer to the capacitor, is more likely to share with the capacitor than back the other way. On the other hand, this stuff over here is more likely to share with itself than with this group over here. So we kind of create a pool over here, and then kind of let it dribble over here. So we just kind of, you know, gradually going through, and we're almost done with this enchantment run. And we should be in a pretty good place. Let's go ahead and toss down a few more because there's a chance of failure in every run. And we'll just leave that... Whoa! Whoa, God, that scared me. Enderman, my home. Get out. Jeez. Well, that's good. And you took some sand in here? I mean, really? Okay, well, whatever. Anyways, why are there so many Endermen in here? Get out of here. Wow, he was carrying... Did he... Enderman. Strange. Anyways, it's fine. Let's go ahead and put that back in there. Now, I think that while that cooks up, and I've shown you all the other things that we've worked on... Oh, well, there is one other thing. I have been doing a little bit of digging. So these are player sensors, and this is something from Malsus's doors. So this is the next wing of the layer, and it is a little bit different. It took a fair amount of cooking of stone, and then just some, you know, basalt, which has been easy to mine and translate. It doesn't go anywhere just yet, but there is something even more exciting that we will be using soon, and it's not quite done, but it should be ready for display. You can see this is quite a long, winding staircase, which really is quite dramatic. But I set up a filler down here from Buildcraft and several of these engines from our previous experiment. And let's just hop down here. And I made this massive, massive room. This is right below you can see here is actually our exit out. This is our front door right there. So this area is perfect for setting up a whole bunch of mechanization and things like that. It could use a little bit more light, so I will probably have to go grab some torches just to keep mobs from spawning. That's probably where the Endermen are coming from. But I really do like these doors, and let's just go ahead and seal ourselves in. We really have no interest in changing that. So our goal now is to make some weapons. Let's go ahead, toss this away. You can see I've actually been picking up a whole bunch of other things, and there's several things we can work on modifying now. But I think in the interim, one thing we should do is just get organized. So let's go ahead and make a clipboard for ourselves and make a checklist. There we are. A pressure plate. Let's do it. Okay, so preparations. For one, we're going to need, I think, I did make some better armor that's also transparent. This is all just mana steel with a little bit of Thaumcraft built in. I think that will serve us much better than our vampire armor for actual combat. But we do want to make sure that we can resist damage. We want to make sure that we have good ranged damage that's flexible. We want to make sure that we have good melee damage. And we want to make sure that we have the ability to control crowds, because there's a whole mercenary camp there, and many of them have attacks that can damage us severely. So I think that we do need to be quite careful about that. We also want a way to be able to heal ourselves. And we're actually already on our way to do that. I took the white stone that we found a few episodes ago, and I have turned it into a bloodstone. Now, this I've done before, but I can just tell you it's quite simple. You wait on the night of a full moon to charge it up into a white stone. Once charged, you can throw it out under the light of a blood moon, and it will taint and become a bloodstone. Once you've done this, then you simply start killing monsters, and it gradually gets stronger and stronger while it's in your hotbar. So we'll leave it there. So then, what do we need to do to start improving this situation? We need to be able to resist damage and do better melee damage. I think I have a theory about that. I have been working on this witch's cauldron, and in fact, I have made a bunch of mutandis. This stuff is pretty cool. In fact, it's sunset, so why don't we grab a few of these things and head out and just go ahead and take a look at what we can do with it. So let's bring some, we have a bunch of spruce saplings, 7, 8. Let's bring a few of these and see if we can turn them into anything interesting, because mutandis basically, when applied to a... Oh, we have so much peat out here. I need to go harvesting. Yeah, it looks like it's the right time of day. Let's just go ahead and break some of this and put one of these down, and we can just turn it into things, a fern. So, oh, we got ember moss. Really excellent. I believe we can just harvest that with this, although we should leave it alone for a moment because ember moss grows. We're basically, yeah, you can see it grows like a weed. So let's go ahead and, well, we don't really need one of those, do we? But we could. Oh, look it. A jungle sapling. We actually have none of those, so we're going to leave that. Ooh, glintweed, another thing that spreads. This is actually really excellent. These two things spread on their own, and glintweed is an incredibly useful substance. Let's go and see if we can use another one of these spruce setups here. And let's just break around it so that if it is a spreader, it can spread. And, nope. Aha, acacia sapling, also not what we want. Oh, we have plenty of birch. Aha, a rare tree, an alder sapling. We're going to let you grow up, friend. We really could use with a hawthorn sapling. We'll leave the ember moss. It'd be really great if we could get a hawthorn sapling. We may have to make a little bit more of this. Oh, a rowan sapling, that's actually just as good. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our... let's go ahead and finish breaking this tree here. I don't know why it wasn't finished before. Probably I just ran out of time. And we'll hopefully encourage that to grow. Let's also break these trees around here to encourage these new tree types to grow, because they are, as I've said, quite rare and quite useful and allow us to actually improve our study of witchcraft, which is something absolutely pivotal to us. And growing our power. You can see, by the way, we've already got this growing. The glintweed will grow on its own, especially if we put it somewhere darker. So, you know, out here is fine. And we'll break these just and, you know, kind of finish things up. All right. So that is fantastic. And that was made by just tossing a bunch of stuff, a bunch of garbage, basically, into the things we weren't using otherwise, into the existing cauldron that you saw there. Let's go ahead and get this, because this is exciting as well. Jungle saplings are quite useful for us in a variety of applications. And let's put this alder sapling somewhere where it's more likely to grow. Perhaps, whoa, that's right. Perhaps here, maybe? Yeah, I'm thinking here. This will be great. Maybe we'll get some bone meal, and we'll set that up. But the rowan sapling, that's truly fortuitous. And, of course, we would be... Oh, ow. That's right. Fantastic. We'll leave the glintweed to grow on its own. And, yeah. So we've got a bunch of stuff now, a bunch of wood. That's also fantastic. So let's actually address the problem at hand. So we have this new method of making potions. I've been reading carefully from this book I found in a village. And you can see that all we had to do to craft that mutandis was to take a witch's cauldron full of water and toss in a mandrake root, exhale of the horned one, which is made by using this witch's oven with oak saplings, so actually quite straightforward, and an egg. But we can actually find other things. So we can see that there are all sorts of brews. And let's see, brewing, we'll have to grow in expertise as we go, but that's fine. So if you read through this, and I'm not going to read through it online, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with it. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the effects that we can have. We want to add effects. Let's look at some of the effects. Some of the effects that we can have. Ender inhibition, moonshine, part water, snow burst and trail, swim speed. We don't want any of those. Part lava, poison, regeneration, brew gas immunity, repel attacker. And once again, my city appears to be overrun with these foul witch hunters. Pathetic. Whoa, whoa. Actually, no, they have a powerful nullifying bolt that can attack me. That's not the best. We're just gonna have to wait a moment here. Okay, come here. You do, in fact, have things that can hurt me. That's surprising. Oh. Ah. And you as well. You drop anything? As I suspected, these bolts. Impressive. But I have to start being careful, perhaps building more proactive security measures. Ah, well. Dawn is coming.